Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shumon, and today we're going to talk about something super important. Have you ever wondered how companies manages their money? It's simple, it's fund accounting. And today I am going to make it very easy for you to understand. So, let's get started. Okay, so suppose you have been in an interview where the interviewer is asking you, okay, can you please let us know what do you mean by fund accounting? So in that case, you can respond to them by simply saying that a fund accounting is basically a process of accounting which is being maintained by the non-profit organizations to keep a track of all the cash has been assigned for various projects and the usage of the cash. Let's take an example. Suppose you have good luck like piggy banks. So everybody have have that in their home. So suppose we have one for charity, one for your brother's marriage, and one for maybe some other requirements. Maybe you want to renovate your house. So that's the reason you are making putting your all the monies in three different places. So that means each piggy bank has those monies for a different reasons. So that's kind of fund accounting. Okay, always remember that the focus of the fund accounting, it should be the accountability and not the profitability. Okay, so in this part we'll be discussing about the some advantages and the disadvantages of fund accounting. In the last topic we have already gone through the introduction, you can say the overview of the fund accounting. So, like everything, like for every topic, there are few advantages, few disadvantages. So today we'll be discussing on this in this section. We'll be discussing about the fund accounting advantages and disadvantages. So I'll be explaining them in in bullet points, as if you can easily remember them. At least if you can remember 2 to 3 points also, that would be enough to be while sitting in in an interview panel. If somebody asks you, especially the interview, they ask you, why are you, since you are talking about fund accounting, so what are the advantages of fund accounting, can you just give us? So if you can give them a prompt response with 2 to 3 points, I know that that should be enough, because the interviewer basically will be focusing on your knowledge. It doesn't mean that you have to go through each and every topic in depth. So if they got to know that okay, this candidate is aware of the good things and the bad things of fund accounting, that should be enough. Okay, so I'll start with the advantages first. So as we have discussed in the last topic, that the fund accounting is basically is done by the non-profit organization to keep a track of the money, because in fund accounting they spreads their money in for different purposes. Okay, okay. So the first thing I would say, the clear money tracking. Okay, so using this fund accounting terminology, they can they get the proper idea where the money is coming from, and and which in which account, which GL account. Maybe they have spent the money for audit or legal or maybe management. So in which type of expenses I mean they have paid for this. Okay, so that should be the first one. Number two would be the rules, because fund accounting domain rules is something which is very critical, because there are a lot of parties are involved in fund accounting, whether it's compliance, whether it's auditors. So there are a lot of parties are involved. So everything has to be maintained by abiding the rules. Okay, number three is I would say the keeping money safe. So basically when they are spending and tracking their money by following the rules, that means the money should be in and I mean in proper hands. They are not it means they can easily track that the money is not I mean if they are supposed to pay for audit fee, they are not spending that for legal or for any other reasons. That means by using the fund accounting, there's a crystal clarity of each and every penny, whether it's a $1 million or $1. Okay, so they can easily track where the money is getting spent. Okay. Next is, it helps the, organization for, clear budgeting. So they can, they can forecast, okay, so in this year, we have spent so much of account, though so much of money for this expense. So okay, so from, maybe from next time onwards, they would keep that in mind. Okay, so in this time, this year also, I might incur with this type of, this amount of, charges. So this budget is something which is very important in fund accounting. So once you enter in fund accounting domain, you will notice that every year, maybe if suppose you are working on a fund which is, maintaining the calendar year, maybe Jan to December. Okay, so when you will be working on January month, so at that time you will see that you or your team members might be reaching out to the client asking for budget. That should be the amount that you will be accruing throughout the years. Okay, so fund accounting is something that, in which helps the budget also. Next, I would say, like, it helps, I mean, as I already discussed, the clear reporting. Fund accounting helps to, report, you know I mean, there is a full clarity on the reports, and where, when, where you receive the money, and when, and in which section you have, spent that money. So there's a crystal clear clarity of, of expenses. Okay, so these are the normal, advantages, I would say, if you can answer them at least 2 to 3 points also, as we just discussed, like, keep, there is clarity of, expenses. Budget, it helps in budgeting. Like, the money is safe because they can see where are they coming money, where they're spending the money. So if you can at least, respond with 3 to 4 points, that should be enough. Okay, now coming to the, disadvantages. So this is something like, like everything, well, there's a good part and the negative part also. So if I talk about the negativity, the first thing is it's complex. Like in fund accounting, each and every dollar you have to account properly with a, proper description, I mean, and there has to be a proper backup also. Suppose there is a 15 or 25 cents as a mismatch in RGL, I mean realized gain loss. You are posting that, there has to be a backup for this, whether it's from, client or not. You have to keep that backup. You have to, while posting that entry, you have to, mention clearly in the description also. So, like, it's as a bit complex in fund accounting. uh, Coming to the next, I mean, second point, I would say is the cost. So in general accounting, you are just recording the incoming and outgoing one. You received $100, you spend $100. But in fund accounting, you have to, go through the each and every GL account. So you have to, maintain them with, abiding a lot of rules. There has to be a lot of resources. So the cost, incurred in fund accounting are little bit, higher than, I mean, than the normal, normal general accounting. Coming to the, mistakes. So when normally you, like, people like you and me, are doing this fund accounting, so when there is a, human, involved mission is there, so absolutely the mistakes can be there, in fund accounting. And the fourth one, I would say, like, the people, working on this, until unless you are getting into that fund accounting, it might sounds, a little bit confusing. But once you start working on this, you have got the logic, you know the idea, how to account that, it should be pretty easy. So that should be the end of this particular session, the advantages and disadvantages of fund accounting in very simple language. Let me know if you have any questions on this particular topic. Now in the next section, we'll be talking about the principles of fund accounting. I mean, why are you doing this fund accounting? Is it really necessary? So we'll talking about this in the next section. Okay, chalo, milte fir. Thank you.